All right, folks, this is take two. Having some microphone issues at the moment. Let's see if this one's working. Try this link out. Yep, that one's working. So let me share this to the timeline. Not to the timeline. Share to, where is it? Share to page. There we go. Bingo. All right, everybody, we are back. So this is officially, for us anyway, the start of the holiday season. Hey, Metro Elevators, nice to see you there. Most of you probably know by now that I have been in recovery mode. I'm not going to go into too many details. Apparently, last time when I talked about my condition, I must have offended a few people out there because I actually lost a couple of subscribers, believe it or not. So if you want to know why I'm in recovery mode, all I'm going to say is I had a surgery recently. And this surgery is of a personal nature, and that's all I'm going to say about it. If you want to know more, you can check that video that I put up a few days back. Hope everybody's doing well out there. I wanted to do this mainly because I am bored out of my gourd. Bored out of my gourd. Is that actually a saying? I have no idea. I haven't been getting too much sleep recently either, folks. No, I'm doing okay. So we got Rick Lakes here. George Blakely is here. Hey, George, nice to see you there. Wow, we got 4 people here already, 5 people. So this is going to be a Q&A, fitness update. This is going to be a variety live stream. I don't have too much else to do. I have to take it easy. So I'm sitting down right now in my room. I actually like the way the light is right now. Let me see if this helps. No, actually that looks pretty good. So we're going to go with it the way that is. You can see I have not shaved for a few days, right? Dorora, I've never commented, but have been subbed for a while. Happy Monday. Well, happy Monday to you as well. I'm going to try to adjust this a little bit. I was kind of drowning me out, I think. Let me go a little bit more like this. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right, we got 7 watchers. Brad Smith, hi, Matt. Hope you had a nice Halloween. You know, we did. We actually plan on getting a lot of people because in our city, they were supposed to have Halloween as an all-go. You know, it's supposed to be socially distanced, but, you know, they were allowing us to do it. And, you know, that Halloween night, we had 2 people come. And I actually went to bed early that night, mainly because I was just kind of on the tired side. But yeah, it was nice. We actually watched a little bit of Kill Bill Volume 2, I think it was. I'll have to look it up. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. 6 watchers, nice. Incidentally, because a lot of you always ask, I'm going to just do a quick update while we have people getting to the chat windows. An update on the fleet. And I'll probably do another vlog style video about this in the very near future. I'm not going to make any super promises, but pretty soon. So as of right now, I still own 2 vehicles. I have the GMC Yukon Denali and the 2005 GMC Yukon Denali XL and the 1996 Chevy Tahoe. I have to say, out of the 2 vehicles, the Tahoe is doing the best out of the 2. The GMC has had quite a few electrical gremlins recently. It started to develop an issue with the evap system. It's got an airbag problem, and it's also got an issue with the automatic climate control where the driver's side is always pumping out super hot heat and the passenger side is always pumping out air conditioning. And that one I think I can fix quickly, but I'm steadily beginning to realize that vehicle is going to become an endless money pit, as Scotty Kilmer would say. Name drop. So I think that one's going to be sold. I'm going to try to baby it through the winter. But after that, I'm going to go ahead, and I have a friend that wants that vehicle for the engine, for the drivetrain, because it's got the Vortex 6 liter, the LS3, or the what is it? The LS 3, is it? It's an LS engine basically. So he wants to buy that from me, and he wants to take the engine and tranny out. He's going to bring it and have them rebuilt. He's going to put it probably into something like a Chevelle, or maybe probably either going to be a Chevelle. Knowing this person, either going to be a Chevelle or maybe a Nova or something like that. So it'll work out. I'm just hoping that we get some stimulus money after the election. That would kind of be nice. 9 watchers. We're going through 9 to 10 to 11. Wow. Let's see. Did I miss anybody there? Nope. All right. Well, I'll do a quick fitness update now. I haven't been able to work out as much as I would have liked to. Haven't lost weight, haven't really gained weight. Muscle weight, I am losing a little muscle weight because I'm not able to lift anything more than 10 pounds at the moment. So trying to balance that with cardio. And that's something that's very important. After any type of surgery where you might be limited on what you're able to do, like in my case, I can't lift anything more than 10 pounds, then you may want to concentrate more on cardio. So that's what I've been doing. I've been taking a lot of walks. Haven't really been bike riding. Can't do that. See, there's always an alternative. And I've had people tell me, oh, well, after surgery, you got to take it easy. You can't really exert yourself. And that is true to some extent, but you have to follow what your doctors say. If your doctors are telling you that you're good to go, you can exercise moderately, then I say do it, because why lose ground? You've come so far in your fitness journey. Take it all the way, man. I mean, it really feels good when you push yourself. George Stewart said, good to see you again. Well, thank you, George. I always appreciate that. I should have brought some water or something up here. I know my mouth's going to get dry again. Staying hydrated, too, in recovery mode. You always want to stay hydrated. It's very, very important. All right. So don't forget to click that like button if you're enjoying these videos. If you'd like to see me make a fool out of myself, then, yeah, go ahead. Click that like button. I see Milo just came in here. Milo, where are you, bud? Hey, buddy. I'm not supposed to do this, but I think I'll be okay if you'll let me. There we go. You want to say hi? Good boy. Okay. Okay, he's too fun. He's too finicky right now. Oh, man. I'm telling you, I think with all the stuff going on, my brain is like scattered. Well, my brain's scattered anyway, but it's one of those things. That's why I need your help out there. So give me some topics. What do you guys and gals, what does everybody want to hear me talk about? Because I have the gift of gab right now. I have really been, social distancing. I've been in the house for a while. So let me know what you want to all talk about. I have a lot to say. I know I got a lot to say about this upcoming election. And no matter what I say, I know I'm going to offend somebody out there. But I will say this. I don't care who you vote for. And you realize that, hang on. What is this, November 2nd? What is election day? Before I get that wrong. Yeah, so it's tomorrow. So election day is tomorrow, right? And to me, it really doesn't matter who you vote for. It's the most important thing is that you're out there and that you vote. And people are going to tell you differently. They're going to be like, oh, you got to vote for one party or the other. Let me tell you something. We live in the most amazing country in the world. We live in a country where our voice is heard. Our vote matters. And don't let people tell you that it doesn't. because it absolutely does. So when you go out there to vote at the polls, make sure that you make your vote count. Now, if you're not comfortable doing that, you can do the mail-in ballots. We were considering doing that. We just did early voting. Our city had what's called early voting. So basically, we were allowed to go and cast our ballots about a month ago. Dorora, have you come across any old classmates since your weight loss? A few. As a matter of fact, my old friend Greg, and I'm not going to say who she is, but his old girlfriend came by about a month ago to get a computer from me. And she was like, "You're half the man you used to be." And of course, I almost took offense to that. I'm like, half the man I used to be? She meant it in a good way, folks. She actually saw that I lost half my body weight. Now, I'm not doing this to brag. I really don't. And I guess I'd lie if I say it didn't feel good to say that I did that. But the main focus of me talking about weight loss and fitness is to come across to everybody out there who might be struggling. And I've said this in the past. If you want to get on a weight loss or fitness journey, consult a physician first. Consult a physician, consult a physician, consult a physician, because you want to make sure that whatever you're looking at doing, you're healthy enough to tackle it. And, let's just say, for argument's sake, that you go to the doctor and they find a small medical problem. And they say, okay, well, your fitness goals don't match what your body's capable of doing. Well, the beauty part of that is they can actually pair you up with a nutritionist and a fitness coach that can match a program that can meet, or what's a good word for it, that your body can accept, basically. So first foremost, go ahead and go to the doctor, consult your physician. If they give you the green light, say, go ahead and do it. Yeah, go out there, do whatever you want to do, go running, go biking. Swimming is a great option. Folks, I can't tell you, I used to swim all the time and I used to love it. And the beauty part is, when it comes to swimming, it doesn't matter really your physical nature. Like if you have arthritis or something like that, you're actually okay to swim because there's very little resistance in the swimming pool when you swim. Oh, God bless you. So Keita Morgan. All right, so we got 11 people here right now. And once again, please give me a thumbs up if you are enjoying these live streams. I'm going to try to look this up real quick. All right, so we're 13 minutes in, and I thought we'd have some more people in the chat, but hey, that's okay. You know what? We're having fun here. I'm just checking my eBay bucks at the moment. So let's see, what have we covered fitness. We covered just general updates, I would say. One thing that, where is it? Where was that? Where did that go? Oh, my comments. Okay, cool electronics. This was actually a comment on one of my older videos. Last time I went, picked up a Dell Precision 390. There was some confusion whether or not that was actually a ATX or a BTX case. and he agreed with me that that is actually a BTX computer case. For those of you that don't know, a while back, Dell and HP did a thing where they I think it was Dell that initially put out the BTX form factor, but don't quote me on that. But basically what it is, it's a backwards ATX, hence the term BTX. So basically, if you look at the IO ports on the back, they are on the opposite side of the case. And the reason they did that was so they could do what's called convection cooling. So this was back when you had things like the Pentium D processors that really pumped out tons of heat. And what would happen is they would actually put a fan in the front. The CPU would be right in the middle, and there'd be a fan in the back. And what would happen is you get the cooling fan in the front, blowing the cool air over the CPU, and then back out of the back of the case. Now, the reason this did not take off after the first few years is because once things like the Core 2 Duo and especially the i-series processors came out, there really just wasn't a need for it anymore. They were very cool and very efficient processors. This was actually a pretty good time to do this. I don't know if Eric is here. Eric is having some some issues of his own right now. I'm not going to say what is specifically, but we've been praying for him. Eric, you're a good dude, and I hope everything goes well. Do you watch LGR? On occasion. I actually do enjoy his videos. I think the one I enjoyed the most was when he unboxed that brand new old stock IBM AT. If you haven't seen that video, that was really awesome. That was a 1988 model, and apparently there was a warehouse somewhere in Texas that had all of these IBM ATs that a company had ordered, I guess, years ago. And for one reason or another, they never took delivery of it. They ordered them, but it was they stood in this warehouse. And the interesting part of that was when he got them, they actually had no video cards and no operating system. And the reason was back in the 80s, you would actually buy these computers from a dealer. You would go to like a small computer store and they would actually put that stuff in there. So it was not uncommon at all to buy computers back then that were missing things like video cards and even hard drives if you were to buy it from the supplier. But once, the supplier sent them to the computer stores, and they would go and add those they're not peripherals, but they would add and complete the systems with video cards and things like that. I know you're not Dorora. That's fine. It's nice that some of you out there to support this channel. I saw it and I love the way he updated too. I don't think I've seen the update video to that before. With everything everything's been going on around the house, I've really been neglecting my YouTube audience, not only making videos, but also in watching them. I've actually been binge watching a lot of Netflix recently. Schitt's Creek. No, that's not a bad word. Not the way they spell it. Definitely not the way they spell it. Rick Lakes asks, Matt, is your dad doing better? Yes, he is. I want to thank you guys for asking about that. I don't want to get into too many specifics, but he had hip replacement surgery, and he had to have a revision surgery, which basically they went back in there and they had to basically redo the whole thing because the hip kept popping out. And he seems to be doing really well. As a matter of fact, I think he just got back from the doctor about a half an hour ago, and man, he's had his share of issues, let me tell you. But my father is tough. He is from that generation that, they play through the pain, whatever happens happens, and just doesn't bother him. I wish I could say that. Things bother me all the time. He's got the I guess he's got the iron will compared to me. Oh, this is a good one. Everyone doesn't like something, but nobody doesn't like. Say a few words from an old TV advert that people will remember. And this is what my Aunt Lisa put up. Everyone doesn't like something, but nobody doesn't like da da da. Nobody doesn't like da da da. How many of you can remember what that is? Jonathan Grindle, long time no see, man. It's been 3 months since I've been on a stream, I believe. It probably has, and that's totally my fault, guys. I'm going to start doing better. The more viewers I get, the more I'm going to go ahead and do these live streams. I know a lot of you enjoy these, and I don't. I'm not the kind of person that sits here and says, "Oh, please, subscribe to my Patreon page," or, everybody's asking, "Why don't you have a Patreon page or a GoFundMe page?" And it's like, that's not me. I'm not somebody that wants to have another person fund what I do. There may come a time, I don't want to sell out to the man right now. There might come a time that I have to. But for now, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And it seems like you guys really enjoy these live streams. Jonathan Grindle, just bought myself a new backup solution, a Synology. I haven't actually heard of that one before. Do you watch new Transformers show on Netflix? No, I've never been a big, huge fan of Transformers. I used to watch it years ago when I was a kid. I was always more of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You remember that? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, heroes in a half shell, turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome. I'm not going to sing anymore because I'll probably get a copyright strike. Fun fact, Chuck Lorre, the one that created Two and a Half Men and The Big Bang Theory, actually, I believe he wrote the theme song to that, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Come on, you're going to pull it up there. There we go. 1987. I actually see his name credited there. Let me see this real quick. Okay. Yeah, he did the theme song. Some guy. We are all going to die. Well, we are eventually. Hopefully not for many, many years to come. You guys hear the plane in the background there? We have an airport very close to us, the Chesapeake Regional Airport. And because of everybody working from home now, all the hobbyist pilots seem to want to take their planes out all the time. It's actually really cool. Like late at night, if it's really, really calm and quiet. You can hear them. You can actually hear them flying their planes over the house. Now, there's a lot of things like old B-2 or B-12 World War II bombers there, a lot of vintage aircraft, which if you've ever flown in one or near one, they make a lot of noise. Wow. Oh, man. Perusing the local Craigslist, and there's been a lot of vintage computers posted up there recently. This one, I know a lot of you out there are going to drool over. You got a vintage Apple IIe. How many of you back in the day had an Apple IIe or used one at school? This one is in phenomenal condition. Now, this is not the enhanced. This is the original. It's got the dual disc drives that sit under the monitor, and it looks like it's got the green phosphor monochrome screen there, paired with some type of dot matrix printer. I'm not familiar with this particular model. I knew the image writers back in the day, but they're asking $500 for it. That's $500, and that's what they're going for, and that's why I have not been able to pick one up. If the prices ever go down, believe me, I'm going to pick one of those up because I seriously want to binge play some old Oregon Trail. This guy's a riot. Some guy. The aliens will come down and harvest our souls with their laser scalpels. Oh my gosh, I needed a good laugh. Thank you for that, by the way. First, Jonathan, first I used was an iMac G3 with OS 9. OS 9. I've used OS 7 and 8. I think I did have I know I had an original iMac with OS 9 on it for a short time, and I actually dual booted that with OS 10. I think it was OS 9.2 and OS 10.4 Tiger. And man, that was a fun system because you could play some vintage OS 9 games, and you could also play OS 10 games as well. Though back then the only what was the only OS 10 game that I played was Max Payne. I was 15 when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles premiered. This is George Blakely, by the way. I was a little younger than that. I think when it premiered, I was probably 3. Yeah, I was about 3 years old. Some guy. Yeah, you're definitely some guy. That's for sure. Also, Matt, what happened to your own Power Mac G4? The one that used to sit right over there? I actually sold that. I sold years ago when I was having really bad money problems. I actually sold all of my Mac collection. I do kind of regret it because there were some gems in there. I had two Power Mac G5s. One was a dual 1.8. The other was, I think, just a single 1.6. I think I actually had a dual 2.0 or a 2. It was a 2.0. But unfortunately, I had to sell them because I wasn't really using them, and I needed the money really bad at the time. What's everyone's favorite song? All right, yeah, I'd like to know that. What does everybody like out there? What is your favorite songs? Yeah, Milo, you sit over there and clean yourself. Wow, we're 30 minutes in already. You got 13 people here. Thank you for clicking that like button, by the way. All right, so I'm going to move on here a little bit because there are a few things that I want to discuss, and mainly it's going to be more political in nature. So if that offends anybody, I apologize ahead of time. Um, so I stated earlier that I think it's important that you get out there and vote. Freedom of speech, freedom of choice. You know, being that we live in the greatest country in the world, in my opinion, it's very important that you get out there and vote. And it does not matter who you vote for. You don't have to tell me who you're voting for. I don't care who you're voting for. The important thing is that you get out there and vote, because at the end of the day, when all the votes are tallied, and you got that little sheet that tells you who won, who got the 270. If your candidate didn't win and you didn't vote, you can't complain. I mean, I can't say it any more clearly than that. So many people out there just don't realize how important it is to vote. And man, that's the greatest thing in this country. And the candidates, you want to be an informed voter. Yes, each candidate, our current president or Biden, have drastically different views on how this country should be run. On the one hand, you got our president, more conservative, looking to, give tax cuts to the wealthy, the top tier people. And then you have Biden, who is the Democrat, definitely the more liberal candidate, of course. He is more for the poor. Traditionally, Democrats more for the lower class, Republicans for the high earners, nobody for the middle class. I mean, that's just the way it is. Everybody says they're for the middle class, but traditionally they're not. Traditionally, the middle class suffers. So if you are one of the top 10% or the bottom 30%, you're actually in better shape than if you're a middle class person. That's very interesting. I'm going to read this because I think there is some truth to this too. Flips May goes, the ass and the elephant. And we're talking about the symbols for the Democrats and the Republicans will never help this country. Both parties are on the same bird. Okay. What he's talking about there is basically what I just said. They both have their own agendas. Again, one is generally for one class of people, the other is generally for the other class of people. So, the high earners, the poor. But they all have a similar agenda in that they want to promote their ideals, their values, their, what's a good word? Their, my mind just went blank here. Yeah, their morals, basically what they want to see this country be. And generally, it's not what the average person wants this country to be. I do watch quite a bit of news in the morning. We're not talking about just mainstream news. You gotta watch everything. You gotta watch, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and you got to judge for yourself. You got to think what is important to you out there. If you are an informed voter, and I hope you guys and gals are out there, you got to figure out what is important to you. Now, if I'm going to put in my 2 cents here, I'm going to say that right now, the current state of things in this country as they are, what's important to me is getting everything back open again. People are, let's be honest, people are afraid to go out of their houses. A lot of people. People are not able to work, or if they're able to work, they have to work from home. They're not able to see family and friends. I mean, heck, we want to be able to go up to my uncle's house for Thanksgiving. It doesn't appear that we're going to be able to do that at all this year. And I think that the candidate that's going to be successful is the one that's going to find a vaccine first and foremost. I would like to see a parliamentary system in the USA. It's a much better system. Now, I think you're referring to like what they have in the UK and in Canada. Let me look up the actual definition of that, but it's actually not, from what I understand, not that much different from what we have. It's typical, very heart of the Australian government. Government states where the executive derives its democratic legitimacy from its ability to command the confidence of the legislature, typically a parliament, and is also held accountable to the parliament. Okay. Yeah. It's basically the way it works here. So you have your parliament, you have your system, you have basically a system of checks and balances. So you have one branch of government that is beholden to another branch of government. It works. We have a similar thing. We have the judicial, we have the legislative, we have all the different branches of government here. Does it work as well as it does in Australia? Maybe not, but it is similar to what we have here. Danny Lee, hey Matt, long time no see. I've been bombarded with homework this week. The live stream will be a nice break from reality. Well, don't break too long. Why is the royal family still around? Is it more symbolic? Yes. Matter of fact, it is all symbolic. Believe it or not, the royal family doesn't actually have any legislative powers at all anymore. They're just there. They're just there for show, basically. It's tradition. Wow, we got awesome. 11 likes. Thank you so much for that. I don't know how many of you have been getting these ads, but I get them all the time. This just happens to be one from the Trump administration. It goes, Matt, did you see it? Our team emailed you earlier. Election day is tomorrow. There is no time to waste. President Trump and Vice President Pence are counting on you to lead them to victory on November 3rd. You helped them do it. You helped them do it in the 2016 and as of the Trump victory volunteer. Actually, they have no way of knowing that because I'm not registered as a Republican or a Democrat. So they have no way of knowing if I voted for them or not. Can President Trump and Pence count on your vote? And he actually has a clock here. 8 hours, 25 minutes, and 32 seconds. Well, I've actually already voted, so doesn't matter. But how many of you are getting those like constantly, these election emails? It's starting to drive me crazy. I get up in the morning and I have 25 emails from election, both sides basically. The U.S. is a two-party state. It's a constitutional republic and not a direct democracy. That is true. That is true. And again, I'm not an expert. I don't even pretend to understand all facets of it. But a constitutional republic is because our entire form of government is based on the Constitution that the founding fathers wrote. And they wrote it in such a way that we have at least two parties. Now, believe it or not, there's actually a third party. It's the independent party. So you have the Republican Party, or Republican Party, Independent, and then the Democratic Party. And then the three parties are supposed to be able to find a candidate that everybody's happy with. Now, there's never been an instance where the independent party has won. It's sad, but it's true, and the reason for that is the Republican and the Democratic Party actually just wield too much power. They have too many lobbyists. They have too much influence. Now, do I think things in the future might change? I don't know, folks. That's something that you can decide, and you can decide that with your vote. If you do, Matt, it goes to junk mail. I don't see the emails. I thought about that, but every once in a while I'll peruse the emails just to see if there's something interesting that I think I need to look at and maybe share with you guys out there. Dorora, I get those text messages like crazy from the volunteers. How they get my number, and she's like, yeah. That's the whole thing. Well, part of that is your phone. Believe it or not, they have access to your phone through Google. It doesn't matter if you have an iPhone, if you have a Google phone, they have access to it. Just think about this. How many spam calls do you all get in a day? I mean, it's scary that they can do that, but they can. I'm going to readjust this. As the sun starts to go down a little bit, it starts to play havoc with my webcam. But incidentally, how's everybody liking the sound setup? Still using the Yeti Blue Blackout microphone paired with the Logitech C922 webcam. What are we at? We're at 41 minutes. Nice. Okay. I'm going to turn this off real quick. There we go. Flips May. Remember when George Washington left office, he did not support parties. He wanted every candidate to be independent. Parties create massive chaos. They do indeed. They yield way too much power in this form of government. And that was the whole idea from the get-go, to have more than two parties. And if you go back, like way back to the founding of this country, things were dramatically different back then. I mean, you would have seen they foresaw really what's happening now, and it's really sad that the parties have all the power that they do. And me personally, I think the only way we're going to see a marked change is for a independent to win. It could be a Green Party, Tea Party, what have you, but I don't know if we're going to see that in my lifetime. It would be nice, but I have my doubts. I really do. Money talks. Yes, it does, when everybody else walks. George Blakely's getting the scam calls too. Awesome Computers. Hey, Awesome Computers. Nice to see you all there. Before I forget, I like to change topics. That's what I do sometimes, just spur of the moment. They're out of stock right now, but a bunch of you asked me about these Irwin Naturals Collagen Pure Deep Tissue Coconut Soft Gels that I've been taking, trying to firm up some of the loose skin after all the weight loss. And I just shared a link to the eBay listing. Now, like I said, they are out of stock right now, but don't worry, that they'll get them back. It's kind of like with computer parts and peripherals. They run out every once in a while. But this is Deep Tissue Collagen Pure with hydrating coconut water. Fights the superior skin revitalization formula to fight the effects of aging. And basically, what collagen is, it's the building blocks of the skin. People can use it for different things. Like if you have scars, like let's say you were a football player when you were young and you probably dropped or fell a few too many times. It can help heal those scars that have lasted a lot. It basically helps build the skin back up on a cellular level. Just remember, these do contain calories. So if you're calorie conscious, you're supposed to take 5 of them every day in the morning, and these things are big, and they're 10 calories each, so that is 50 calories. So just make sure you count that in your morning calorie routine, which I do. But I think the benefits outweigh the calories, because if you're like me and you still have a lot of loose skin, especially around the midsection, these will help you firm that skin up. It's amazing. I've already noticed a humongous difference in probably the only 5 or 6 months that I've taken them. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm clearing my nose a lot. The fall, or the summer to fall, and the fall, even worse, the fall to winter change always brings out my allergies. So yeah, I got to deal with that. I think we all do, most of us anyway. Where was that question? Oh, by the way, fan meetup, because a lot of you have expressed interest in doing a fan meetup. I still want to do that. Those of you that live locally, in the Virginia, maybe Hampton Roads area, which is where I reside, I'm not going to be any more specific than that. Once all this is over with, we are definitely going to be doing that. And I have a couple of places in mind. Number one, there is a venue in Chesapeake Square Mall that you can rent out. I'm thinking maybe trying to rent that out, or maybe doing a meetup at the beach, like physically at Virginia Beach. Let me know what you guys might want to do in the near future. You can actually just send me a personal message if you want, or you can contact me through Facebook, Twitter. Links to that are in the description below. Yanks One Fan 09 says, nice to see you. Well, thank you. You as well. I think we're going to have to do something different. We're starting to lose light here. Let me see if that helps out a little bit. There we go. Scott Slad 469. Give me a shout when you head to Scotland. Man, I have been I don't know. If you're from Scotland, you probably know the show Still Game. I've been binge watching that. I watch that show over and over and over again, and I'll tell you why. It's not because I think it is an awesome show. I mean, these guys are amazing. Ford Kiernan and Greg Hempel. And the reason I watch it over and over again is because I miss things. The accent is hard for me to pick up sometimes. So, one thing I'll miss in one episode, if I rewatch it again, I'll be able to catch it. Jack and Victor, they it amazes me what they can get away. You guys can get away with over there in Scotland, in the UK. You guys get away with things in TV that we just can't over here. Can't get away with, I should say. Glad you're out. Awesome Computers. Got a shout out to Awesome Computers. Wow. Okay. I should have shut that off. Before I did this, I didn't prepare as well as I should have. Let me see if you guys can see it. You see the TV right there? Where is it? Right there. Yeah, ignore the messy bed with the cat in it. But that's my Sony Bravia 42-inch DLP projection TV. I should not be keeping that on. That's one of the TVs that will get a burn in. Just an FYI, if you guys have an old school DLP TV, make sure you shut those off. I'm looking at Milo. He is so funny. He sits there and he goes, when he tries to sleep, he must be in REM sleep because he's got that rapid eye movement. That's the most important part of sleep, apparently. I don't know. Someone told me that one time. 2 thumbs up from Scott Slad 469. Awesome, awesome. And you guys can help me out by giving me the likes. That puts my videos up higher in the YouTube algorithms and helps promote the channel. And that's really what I need right now is some channel promotion. I think we're going to go to 1 hour. I might try to do this a little bit later. We'll see how I feel. I'm actually doing really well sitting right now. Again, without getting it all specific, there's a reason why I haven't been able to sit very well for a while. And you guys can look that up in the previous video if you're interested. Posture is very important too. You know, you kind of got to sit up straight as possible. All right, so we talked a lot about everything, and I'm curious, what is your favorite part of the holiday season? Holidays coming up, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I will tell you mine. My favorite and absolute amazing holiday tradition is as many times as we can, we take the drive up to my uncle's house in New York, and we have a huge family Thanksgiving there. We have, my aunts, my cousins, they all come and congregate at the house. We've done this ever since I was a little kid. We have turkey, stuffing, gravy, mashed potatoes. My aunt makes her amazing pearl onions. My mom usually does the green bean casserole. Absolutely amazing. I love it. It's one of my fondest memories, and I'm hoping that we can still do that this year. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm not going to say we're definitely not going to do it, but it's not looking good for this year. So that's my fond holiday memory. I actually enjoy Thanksgiving more than Christmas usually. Dorora, I found your channel years ago while looking for reviews of a camcorder. Can't even remember which camcorder it was. I used to do a lot of reviews back then. That was when I was really heavy and, I didn't really walk a lot. So my therapy was doing YouTube reviews, and that's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully you go back and watch those old videos, because even though the quality wasn't as good, I'm still proud of that content. I got a lot of good information out there. My parent asked, how is your family? My family is doing well. I really can't complain. There are times I want to, but we're all doing well. Brad Smith, catch you later, Matt. Hope you are okay. Yep, I'm doing all right. Rick Lakes, mine is Thanksgiving, but I will be at home this year. Awesome computers. Yep, of course. Found my channel because of all the computer videos. And I think that's the majority of you out there. And yes, I have lost some subscribers because I've changed the format up a little bit. But that's what happens. Your channel will evolve over time. And that's okay. We have to move on. Life is a bunch of stages. And if you stay stagnant, what's the fun in that? Okay, so while we're waiting for the chat to populate, I have some ideas. Once my recovery process is complete, I want to do some workout videos. A lot of you have expressed interest in seeing the type of workouts that I do. I am not a professional by any stretch of the imagination. A lot of this is stuff that I've made up, but it does work for me, and I want to share that with you out there. So let me see. This is November 2nd. I'm going to say within the next week, I'm going to start putting out at least one or two workout videos a week. Probably going to be about 30 to 40 minutes in length, maybe an hour if I'm feeling extra energetic. Eric's right, Sean. Popping in to say hi, but I'm working and have to go right away. Thank you. I appreciate it, Eric. Do what you got to do, man. Come on, man. Come on. Anybody get that reference? The Christmas specials are my favorite. Dorora. Our holiday tradition when it comes to Christmas specials was Christmas Story. If you guys have ever seen A Christmas Story, that is without a doubt my absolute favorite. Really, it's just because it's such a timeless classic. I mean, heck, they took the house and they turned it into a museum. How many movies do you know where they took the house and actually turned it into a museum? Check it out. It's on Adam the Woo's channel, and you can actually go and stay there. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. Don't watch it as much as I used to because it's a great movie, but after you've seen a movie 100 times, it kind of loses its charm. Alternatively, I like to watch How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey one, not the original, although I've seen the original one too. I agree. The live musical was beyond bad, in my opinion. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think Maya Rudolph did a great job. She was the one saving grace, I thought, out of that whole thing. But yeah, it didn't have the heart. It didn't have the soul of the original. And that's my big problem with these reboots, these remakes of all these movies. Such fond memories as a child, and they're trying to recapture that. And as I'm getting older, I realize you just can't recapture your youth. You can make new, fond, great memories, but you can't go back again. It's a sad fact of life, but true. Oh, and by the way, there is a movie out there that you have to see. It's one of the most underrated Christmas movies that a lot of people have never seen. And it's called Santa Claus the Movie. It's from 1985. It did abysmally bad in the theaters at the time, mainly due to the low budget and the let's just say subpar special effects, even by 1985 standards. Um, but it has a very warm and good message. It's got John Lithgow in it. It has David Huddleston as Santa, and Mrs. Claus. For those of you that are fans of British comedies, is the one in Keeping Up Appearances that played Daisy, and I can't think of her name off the top of my head right now. It'll come to me eventually. But anyway, it's a great movie, and it's something I highly recommend watching. I saw it after Nostalgia Critic reviewed it. I bet a lot of people did. And like I said, it's underrated. It really, really is. Hey, William. Awesome. William McCullough is here. My friend Bill. Hope that computer is doing well, too, by the way. He actually came and got a one of my refurbished computers a few months ago. Let's do this because I just have a hunch somebody is going to ask about that. Go ahead if you're interested. You can click the link to that. It brings you the Internet Movie Database website. And Judy Cornwall. Judy Cornwall. That was Mrs. Claus. And they actually called them Anna Claus and Santa Claus. Anya Claus. It's still a great classic movie. I don't know why it did so poorly in the box office. I think a lot of it, again, had to do with the fact that it was low budget and the special effects just were subpar, even, again, from the 1985 standards. But the message was great. So watching the stream on the PC, awesome. We're an hour in. You know what? Let's keep going, folks. I think we all need it. This is therapy for me. Hopefully, this is therapy for you out there. I'm getting like a Gomez mustache. You guys see that? I'm trying to grow a little bit of a mustache, but get a little bit on that side, a little bit here, and bung all in the middle. I know. I never could grow facial hair. Getting ready to take over the world? Come on over here. You and I can do it together. $15 watchers. Oh, we're up to 15 watchers an hour in. You be the brains, I be the brawn. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll buy that. Okay, you are. I want to make sure you were a moderator. But I'll be back 100%. Don't worry about it, folks. I am 100% on the mend right now. It's 5 days out. Wait a minute. Yep, day 5 post surgery, and I'm doing much better. It's amazing. One thing I have to say about our family: we recover very quickly in our family. Yes, I will. Those of you out there, please pray for my good buddy Eric with his upcoming procedure. I don't want to say what it is unless he's okay with that. I'm not going to say it, but you can type out a little something if you want to. Yeah, I've had similar issues. That's all I'm going to say. Major dental surgery. Yeah. Prayer's going for yes, please. Let's pray. Lord, we pray that guide the surgeon's hands, let them be ever swift at doing whatever they have to do to replace the broken, missing teeth, and let it be a painless procedure. Okay, I didn't really lose any viewers. I've never prayed on a live stream before, but you know what? We got to try new things. God is a great physician and a healer. Yes, he is. He is absolutely great. This is so cute. I need to get a second camera set up here eventually, so you guys can do like a Morrison Vest thing where you can see Milo or Baxter at the same time you see me, or I could switch off between the two. I don't have the means to do that yet, but I would eventually like to. Traffic light takes forever at this intersection. Ugh. I'm trying to avoid thinking about automobiles. I'm just having so many issues right now with that Yukon. I mean, I that stupid thing's kept me up at night. I really can't complain. I shouldn't, because I've gotten my money's worth out of it. I've had it over a year and I didn't pay much for it, but cat cam, yep. I am actively going to be looking for another vehicle. I'm not going to go into great detail about it for those of you that were here late, because I talked about that earlier in the live stream. But suffice to say, my big GMC Yukon is having some major electronic issues, and I think by the spring you're going to see that vehicle gone. It's beyond my capability to keep it up and running. I can do the small things, but when it comes to like the major electrical problems, I can't do it. I can't fix them. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that that vehicle is starting to rot out underneath and probably has some bad grounds. And I think the main computer is starting to go out. It's just not worth putting the time and money into. That's one thing that my father taught me years ago about vehicles. You have to know. You might like a vehicle. Let's face it, as Americans, we love our big SUVs. We cherish our vehicles, even if they're jalopies or hoopties, like a lot of my vehicles are. But there's a time where you spend too much money keeping an old vehicle going than it's worth. And at that point, you just got to say, time to give it up, time to get something new. And believe it or not, I may do the one thing that I said I would never do again, and that is get a car loan. I know, right? I should have a big dunce cap on my head right now. And the only reason I'm considering that is because in the near future, I am planning on purchasing a house. And even though I have good credit, I don't actually have a good credit history. Basically, the way it works is you can have a good credit score, but if you don't take out a loan and you pay that loan back every once in a while, then banks are reluctant to loan you larger amounts of money. So even though my credit score is high, my credit history is very low. So to bring that up, I'm thinking about taking out a small car loan. Now, am I going to go out and spend $50,000 or $80,000 on a brand new vehicle? No, that's not going to happen. It'll be a used vehicle, probably under 10,000 or around 10. Oh, Eric's still here. No longer keep old vehicles as a daily driver. I don't mind putting money into my 87 S10 because it's not a daily driver. And he's absolutely right. Many years I've owned old vehicles. I've done most of the work myself. My Chevy Tahoe is going nowhere. My 96 Tahoe, I love it. I am going to drive that until the wheels literally fall off because I just love that vehicle. That being said, that cannot be my daily driver. It's got 235, almost 35,000 miles on it, and it's 25 years old. It's just way too old. So I do need to get a newer vehicle for doing daily driving. Aurora is saying my credit score actually dropped a whole 30 points once I paid my car off. It was the only thing I had on credit. And then William McCullough says, when you get ready for a house, let me know. Might be a few more years because I am going to have to buy the car, pay that off, and then probably save up for the house. Now, there's a few other reasons that I haven't been able to do it now. I've actually come very close to buying my own house. I was actually looking at a condominium over maybe about a few miles away. But what happened with that is that was when my father got sick and he needed my help. And that's why I would say at least for the next few years, I'm probably going to have to stay put, and I do need to have a reliable vehicle. So that's the main reason I'm considering taking out another car loan. Get a secured credit card. Well, I actually, and that's the funny thing, I actually don't need to do that because that's for people that have a low credit score. My credit score is actually fine. My credit score is way up there. I'm not going to get into personal numbers, but it's up there. The problem that I have is I don't have enough credit history. So that's the reason I'm considering getting the loan or taking out the loan. I'm definitely getting cotton mouth. I tell you, it's this heat. We have the forced air heat, unlike the radiator heat we used to have in New York, and it really dries you out. We've had the heat on now for a few days because it's cold here. William, believe me, you know exactly what we're going through. Eric goes, I went from a 500 something credit score to over 700 in about 3 years. That's good. You can build up your credit score. It can definitely happen. I might look into that secured credit card. I got to do some more research on that, but I'm probably not saying it right because I'm just going to leave it at that because what I need to do again is I need to take out another loan. And if you guys are a fan of Dave Ramsey's, you probably are saying, "What are you doing? How can you say you're going to take out a car loan or any kind of loan? You're not supposed to use credit." Well, you know what? Sometimes you have to. I don't buy into that. I mean, people that the whole country runs on credit now. It's just the way things are. Okay, that's fine, Rick Lakes, but don't get in any specifics. I don't want you to put your actual credit scores here. That's not what we're about. It's no business of anybody's, really. Eric goes, I did the truck mainly to build credit too. Yeah, and and again, if I could find a really good deal on a almost new vehicle, then I probably would consider it. But I'm not looking to spend that much. I don't make enough to where it would make sense for me to purchase a brand new or almost new vehicle. It would be too much of a burden on my budget. Okay, good, good. Well, we're a minute 12 in here. You know what? Let's keep going, folks. I got enough energy. I might get some dry mouth. Mom comes home. She's been shopping. I might have her bring me a water. Debt is not a thing a bad thing unless abused. Yeah, absolutely. I think that in America we do tend to abuse the credit system. That's the whole problem. When we're young, we don't know how to not overspend. I cannot tell you the stories. I had friends that spent themselves into oblivion on credit because, ooh, you're that 17, 18-year-old, you get your first credit card. Usually it's a Discover card because that was the one that was so easy to get. And they would go out, they would buy a computer. Back then, Palm Pilots were big. This was right when the Axioms came out, the Dell Axioms, the Palm Pilots, and they were like $300-400. You go out and buy iPods. I mean, that's just what you did. It was the cool thing to do. And you'd run up a big credit bill. And I can tell you that I had so many friends that filed for bankruptcy because of it. They just spent themselves into oblivion. And I have to give kudos to my father, who very early on taught me that credit was something that you used but did not abuse. And I never overspent. There were months that I didn't pay my balance off because ideally you want to pay your balance off every month. But there were months that I had to carry that balance over for 3, 4, 5. I think 6 months was the longest I ever had to do that for. But that being said, I never had a late payment. I never got into collections or anything like that, and that was extremely important to me. And I've always had a good credit score because of it. Oh, mom's home. Rick Lake said it's been a while. It has been. It's definitely been a while. I'm actually trying to learn this new live stream system. Doing like the video uploads are very different now too. If you're used to the old way of doing it, it was very what's a good word? It was very cookie cutter. The way you used to upload videos, the menus were very old school. Now it's very fluid. It explains to you exactly how you should upload vehicles. And I did I just say vehicle? Videos, upload videos. And it just makes things a lot easier. Eric goes, his dad was very bad with credit cards and causing my brother to be also. It's a learned behavior, folks. It really is. But Eric's learned not to be that way. See, we learn from our mistakes. The definition of not learning from your mistakes is basically the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Awesome Computers goes, I think I will not use a credit card unless I know I can pay it off. Very smart. Always make it less than, what do they say? I'm not going to go down that route because I don't think I'm going to be able to say that properly. But anyway, you are correct. Yeah, you want to make sure that you can pay that off every month, basically. It is ideal. Now, if you have to carry it over, the balance over a few months, I mean, the interest rate is what you need to be mainly concerned of, the APR, the annual percentage rate. That is the rate of interest that you pay on that credit card in 1 year. Give you an example. I would say the average APR for like a store credit card is like 25%. So let's say you purchased an item for $500. Now, 25% of $500 is $125. That means if you made minimum payments and it took you a year to pay it, you would pay an extra $125. Now, that being said, you can pay it off early, and that's what you want to do. But these stores have designed it, and the credit card companies have designed it in such a way that they try to push your mind away from the APR. They try to basically tell you, oh, it's going to be easy monthly payments. You know, you don't have to worry about it. There's no fee to get this card. They do everything they can to move you away from the fact that you have a high APR. And that's what, as Americans, we haven't learned enough about. Rick Lakes, this is why I have a debit card. A credit card would get me into trouble. Too easy to spend money on a credit card. There you go. There you go. Okay, we got 15 likes, and you guys really seem to like this variety, and that's why I've kind of moved this more to a variety channel than a specific tech channel, if you will. I do want to start doing some more vlogs, though. Vlogs right now are very challenging because of everything that's going on in the household. That's why, again, live streams are pretty much what I'm going to have to do from now on, and I'm okay with that. Everybody out there, you guys seem to really enjoy it. I am terrified of being in debt, so I never even applied for one. Don't be terrified of it so much as you just got to be smart about it. If you're smart about it, then you'll be okay. Believe me, you'll be okay. Just don't go out, go to Tiffany's and buy out the store, buy one of everything in the store. I ever tell you guys my mother's voice carries like the wind? It really does. I don't know if you guys can hear her in the background, but maybe I'll try to get her up here. Hey, Mom, why don't you come up? She's coming. She's coming. She's coming. Not yet. Can you come up here? I need your help. I'd prank her, but I don't think she's in the mood for that. She didn't take the bait, folks. I'm sorry. All right, she didn't take the bait. I didn't think she would. She's got too much stuff on her mind. James. Nope, not yet. Go ahead, you can feed them. She's preoccupied with feeding the cats right now. James Curley, when are you going to build the new PC with all the parts sitting behind you? It's a fair question. It's coming soon. As a matter of fact, if my father continues to do well and doesn't need my constant attention, probably within the next week. Because I have a computer back there in the alcove that I want to put up for sale, and I want to replace that temporarily with the one that I build, because eventually that system is going to replace this when I have time to move everything over again. I will probably try to start off adulthood with some cash, or at least enough. I don't know what the O means. Which is better, to spend money on big things or small ones? That's a hard question. That really is. The best thing I tell you to do is you spend your money on things that you need. There's needs and there's wants. Needs come first. Your house, your food. This is the order that it comes in. Food, shelter. That's it. Those are your basic needs: food and shelter. After that comes your transportation, if you live in a suburban area, so your automobile, your car, your truck. After that, you can maybe start to think about some luxuries like going out to eat every once in a while. And this is not me talking. This is pretty much coming right from Dave Ramsey. You take care of your shelter, your food, your shelter, and that's your basic needs. Okay, O was a mistype. I thought so. Dave Ramsey triggered my credit card phobia. He is against it. LOL. He is, and if you are a big fan of his, you can understand why. He is been down the bankruptcy road many times, and if I was down that road, I probably would have credit card phobia. Though, you know what, folks, I don't see how you can go through life without owning at least a credit card. Now, he says it is true, a lot of places accept debit cards, but there are a lot of hotels out there, motels. They don't. They absolutely do not accept any form of a debit or a prepaid card. They only accept credit cards. And even more than that, a lot of the luxury hotels out there, you actually can't even get a reservation. They won't even talk to you without a major credit card. How many of you remember Home Alone 2 when Kevin McAllister tried to check into the Plaza Hotel, they said you need a major credit card upon checking, and he used the TalkBoy. It's amazing how much I can hear through this, but you guys and gals can't hear out there. Oh, hour and a half of talking, it'll get anybody hoarse. Here's another one. This is your final notice. You've ignored multiple emails asking you to support the movement. You've ignored Trump, Eric, Laura, Don, the First Lady, the President. You've ignored the President of the United States. We've done everything we can, and now we're reaching out to let you know this is your last chance to get on the official 2020 donor list. Well, how about donating something to me? I'm sorry, but that's just the way I feel. I did make a donation to a campaign. I'm not going to say which one because I don't feel like getting booed on here, but it never ends. And I don't mind donating to a good charity. There are a lot of worthy charities out there, and I've donated not only money but time to different charities. The food bank is a big one that I support. And you know what? I'm not giving money to I'm not giving money to these people. It boggles my mind that they would even think of asking the general public for money. I mean, come on, folks. Borrowing, buying. Come on, man. Show me the money. It's like we are so much in peril right now, and they're asking for money. Thank you, William. William gave a $5 super chat. That is awesome. And that's why I'm not going to ask for money specifically, but it just boggles my mind to think that these candidates are going to stand out there and they're going to ask the general public for money. Oh, Baxter just came in. Spooky eyes. Oh, are you up here? Where are you?
Coming up, and I'll tell you one thing, do not feed the cats a full can because I'm not throwing it out. I gave them about a half a can to the both. And they haven't gone in there to eat it yet.
Uh-oh, apparently I'm overfeeding the cats. Can you come in for a minute? Okay. Put it for the cats. Okay, I'll try to do that. It's hard to. I've tried to do that in the past. It's very hard to actually take that money and do it and allocate it to a specific purpose because it all comes in on the AdSense revenue. But I will try. You know what I'll do? I'll buy them on my dime. I'll buy them something, maybe some special treats or maybe some Shiba. Matt for president. I'll vote for that. How many of you guys would vote for me out there?
You're not on the computer, are you?
No, of course not.
Well, I didn't want to be on YouTube.
Politician. That's what politicians do. No, why would you think I was doing a live stream?
I got about 3 things of, what's better?
Come on in. She didn't buy it. She didn't buy it. You knew it. You knew it.
On YouTube.
She knew I was doing the live stream.
Yeah.
She
Hi,
knew
everybody.
it. Mom says hi.
I knew you were going to do that. I'm not dumb.
I had to prank you.
Hello, everybody.
Put it in. Okay. Yeah, she.
I gotta go down and I'll be back.
Oh boy. Yeah. I'm not. What?
I heard you talking.
Oh yeah, I got a loud mouth too. So yeah, it is. I knew she'd figure it out. See, that's why I'm not good at pranking. When I think of guys like Kid Behind a Camera, he's really good at it. Like he can prank Bridget multiple times in a day, and she'll buy it. Baxter just left. Oh man, hang on. I got to readjust here, folks. Ooh. This is why I haven't been sitting down a lot. Oh man, you get one of those donuts. Oh, I don't know, guys. I didn't think I gained any weight, but it's starting to feel a little tighter. No, I don't think so. I think I'm still sitting like around I want to say like 188, 187, because I've been gaining some muscle weight. You have a great relationship. You can tell a lot by how a man treats his mother. That's right, folks. You know what? You could say what you want, but family is important. You ready?
You can't fool me. I heard you. I had a feeling that's where you were.
She's here, folks.
Hello.
I don't know if I can get us both in.
Right.
There we go. Hang on.
Oh, man. I look like my mom.
You know, I was just thinking that.
I know.
Earlier.
I said I never looked like my mom before. When I look at myself, I said, "Oh, I look just like my mother."
She does. She really does, and that's
Definitely.
not a bad thing.
Well, my mom was a doll.
Her mother was. My grandmother was cute. She really was.
She was such a sweetheart.
So, what were you doing?
I had to go to Walmart, and then I ran to Food Lion.
What'd you get?
Soda. I got that, some vitamin B12 and some other stuff, and I got a bunch of muffins, a day old. You know, the things they put like the day old stuff. I got 3 packs of muffins.
Oh,
so
man.
we have about 5 packs of muffins in the freezer. I think we're good for that. Plus, I made muffins today, so.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, freeze them because they were in the ears
I
first.
Froze them.
Those
those
of you that don't know, if you do homemade muffins, you got to eat them first because no preservatives.
No,
those will mold over quickly.
They're good, all brand cereal. I made muffins with peaches and muffins with blueberries.
So I got to start eating some muffins seriously. I got to make some oatmeal. I think I don't know though.
Well, Dad eats them every day, so he eats a muffin in the morning. So, and I eat one maybe twice a week.
Yeah, I probably have 2 in a day because they're only about 120 calories.
Those are. The other ones are more like 300, 400.
Just don't put on tons of butter or anything like that.
No. Ooh.
One of them, probably Baxter's. One of them's howling.
I think it's Baxter, but it's nice out. It's cool, but it's still nice. I can't believe my hibiscus is actually blooming. It hadn't bloomed, and now it's getting cold. It's blooming again.
Did you get the stuff to cover it?
I got to go tomorrow to see if I can get something to cover because it dies every year, with the cold. As soon as the cold snap comes, it'll die because it's tropical. So I'm going to try to see if I can get somebody tell me there's this stuff you can put over it that gives it light but keeps it warm. So I'll try it.
We'll go. We'll take the Yukon or something. We'll get the stuff that we need.
Yeah, we'll try it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's something we want to try. We've never been able to keep a hibiscus. We always have to replant it because it gets too cold.
Yeah, it's tropical. It's not meant to be, and you can't bring it in because it's poisonous to the cats. So I can't bring it in the house in the winter or anything.
That's the problem. Yeah.
I don't know if the cats would chew on it, but I don't want to take a chance as I would.
I bet you they would.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. When you have animals, you got to be really cognizant of things like that.
Right. So should I let you get back to your thing?
Yeah.
All right.
Unless you have anything you want to say.
That's all right. Just hi, everybody, and stay safe with the COVID and everything, and get out and vote.
That's it.
We voted early, so we voted already.
And I'm going to move because this is killing. I'm literally holding the webcam. It's killing my arm. Like I had to hold it up like that. Seriously. So you guys got to see Mom. If you can give me a like for that, I would appreciate it. So we're gonna work on some stuff tomorrow. Probably get the hibiscus done. Maybe actually try to film a vlog. Those of you that saw that video with the gimbal that I had, that thing was a disaster, folks. I've still not been able to master that. I mean, that gimbal is beyond complex. Every time I try to use it, it just goes limp. So I think for the computer build video, I'm going to go old school. I'm going to have Dad, once he feels up to it, or Mom with the old school camcorder, and they're going to film it because I think it's going to look better that way. Plus, I don't mind you guys seeing me now that I've lost the weight. Aurora, I know Target is doing Black Friday all month long. Each week we'll have different deals. I'm going to look that up. Yeah, Best Buy's been sending out some deals as well. Let's see what we got going on at Target. Categories. Okay, let's do it this way. Go Target Black Friday. Bingo. So we got LG this week, an LG 70-inch 4K UHD Smart TV for $549. Not a bad deal. Actually, that's $300 off. Got a 60-inch LG TV for $399. 4K UHD. Are these Roku or are these Apple? These are Apple. These are not Roku. Wait a minute. Specs. Here we go. Taking forever to load here. I think they have Apple TV built in, but it's not really. Yeah, here we go. WebOS. It's running WebOS. So it's really neither. It's their own type of deal. It's Android TV. Thank you. Again, I'm not up on all of this. And you guys can check it out too. I'll share the link. I got some other things here. We got a Canon Ivy mini photo printer on sale for $89.99. A Bose Solo 5 soundbar, $149.99. Here's an excellent deal. LG portable external DVD burner, $26.99, down from $40. Believe it or not, there are times that I still need to use a external DVD burner. It can be very, very important. I have special software that I use when I have to extract files off a client's PCs. And sometimes the only way to do that is through a CD or a DVD. DVD, actually, now. And they got a few other things here. A lot of Bose stuff this week. I'll share the link to it if you guys are interested. But yeah, a lot of these companies are doing early Black Friday deals for obvious reasons. I'm not going to be specific, but you know why. So what would I recommend this year? I recommend not spending a lot of money unless you absolutely have to. We're probably going to get one gift each for each family member. I think I don't really need anything. I'm here with my family, and that's more than enough for me. If I could be here with them and then go up for Thanksgiving, that would be my gift for the year. That honestly, that would be the biggest joy of the year for me. I wouldn't even want a Christmas gift. If I can be up for Thanksgiving, somehow miraculously spend Thanksgiving with my extended family, that would be good. That would be something I'd want to do. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shed a tear, but family is very important to me, and I don't see my extended family enough. Not nearly as much as I would like. And the fact that another year might go by and I may not be able to see my aunts and my uncles, it's almost more than I can bear. Aurora, that's what we do. We actually do Secret Santa, and everyone gets one really good gift. We overindulge. Okay, so I got you. We don't overindulge. I got you. So that's great. I mean, it's important. We gotta remember that it's the symbol of what Christmas is. It's the symbol of Christ. It's his birthday, and that's what we're celebrating. It's not the gifts. It's not the commercialism. It's what it symbols. What it symbolizes. Matt, why don't you look for a new main rig? Well, I don't know how much you've been watching the videos lately, but my new main rig is going to be the Lenovo ThinkCentre that I'm going to build. That's got a 6th gen Core i7 in it. I think it's a 6700K. That's actually got the K in it. And that's more than enough for me. I don't need anything crazy fast. As a matter of fact, that's not even going to take over the duties of this computer, my Dell XPS 8700, until I have time to do all the transfers. We've had a lot of fun here tonight. I can't believe we're almost 2 hours in. Well, 20 minutes shy. We got 15 people here. I'm running out of things to talk about. So you know what, folks? Sadly, I am going to have to end it here. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this. You got something out of it. I always do, and I hope you do as well. Definitely stay tuned for some workout vlogs. Workout live streams. Not going to do a workout vlog. It's definitely going to be a live stream. And that'll be coming probably the next week once I'm all healed up. Until then, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody.